This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth. And if you've been paying any attention to the markets, you'll know that the precious metal space has taken a little bit of a dip. Gold is down a little over 2% today. And the cryptocurrency space is also down right now. Bitcoin is sitting in at around 57,000. This is down from its all-time high of 69,000. And this is all coming at a time when inflation is continuing to rage on. So this has me wondering, is this presenting a buying opportunity? Is this one of those buy the dip kind of opportunities? Well, joining me on the line right now to help us understand just the ebb and flows of these markets is Kevin Smith from Gold Mountain. Gold-mountain.ca is the website. Sir, thanks so much for joining us here today to just talk about where you see gold and crypto going in the near future, especially in the event of moving into hyperinflation or something like that. But maybe we could start off with your views on just the inflation debate in general. I mean, what do you see in terms of real world inflation here? And do you think the Fed is behind the curve or ahead of the curve, or what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it everywhere right now. We're building a mine. Fortunately, we locked in a lot of costs, and all our construction is fixed costs. But we're hearing from our contractors, their costs have gone up. Fuel costs are obviously going through the roof right now, if you can even find fuel some places in BC at the moment. I think finally all this money printing is coming home to roost, and the aggressive nature they did it in, I think we're going to see that 12 to 18 month lag. It's going to continue to follow, and I think we should be battening down the hatches and preparing for a lot of inflation coming. Your comments on the precious metals and crypto spaces, November 24th is the contract expiry for futures. So right on cue, we're getting the big smash down in prices, but I think we're going to have a really strong finish to the year. And I think 2022's got a lot of excitement in store as well.
Well, you mentioned, the basically printing into oblivion. The Biden administration is certainly doing that. Do you think there's any kind of a concern for a currency confidence crisis coming in the near future, and people start, hedging themselves against a potential dollar crash?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people are shocked at the DXY's strength right now, but everybody's debasing their currency in the Western economy, so they're all going down together. And it just so happens to be that the other Western currencies are going down faster than the US dollar right now. And I think being the reserve currency is the only thing really saving it at the moment. But just because they're all going down in tandem doesn't mean the US dollar is strong. You're seeing inflation everywhere, and dollars aren't going as far as they used to. And I definitely see it. You're seeing a huge demand increase for gold and silver. Obviously, crypto's had a really good start to the year. So people are looking for ways to diversify and hedge against that dollar crash you're talking about.
I don't know if you've been following the Bitcoin space much, but do you think Bitcoin has tamed gold's potential a little bit, or is it possible for both of them to work side by side as a inflation hedge?
Yeah, I'm a huge Bitcoin fan. I own quite a few Bitcoin already. I believe a balanced portfolio has each of them inside of it. I don't think it's one or the other. I know there's a lot of maximalists who say it's one or the other. We also got to remember where we are in the Bitcoin cycle. I mean, this is the raging bull of the 4-year cycle. So it's going to be exciting, and then you might see Christmas or early New Year, some of that temper a little bit. But definitely, to your point, I think you're seeing money rotate out of precious metals to try to capture the opportunity in the upside right now. But we always have to be cognizant of that 3-year winter in the crypto halving cycle for Bitcoin. And I think that's when you're going to see money rotate back into the precious metal spaces. So we're just hunkering down, executing on our business plan, and we're fairly confident 2022 is going to be positive for the precious metal space.
So you think it's possible if Bitcoin has itself a good run, and let's say works up to maybe 100K by the end of the year or in early 2022, that it's possible people may take profits and move that into the precious metal space?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just as people in August of 2020 started taking some chips off the table in the precious metal space and rotated that into crypto, I think the same might happen when the halving, when this current cycle we're in the bull run of crypto, when that starts to come off, people aren't, I don't think, going to just rush into USD. They're probably in crypto and gold because they don't want to be in USD and they want to defend against that melting ice cube that is fiat currency. So I do think once this bull run finishes off for crypto here, I definitely think you're going to see a rotation back in.
Me too. Me too. And that's why I think it's so important to diversify your portfolio into all these different areas. But gold in particular is one area that I think a lot of my viewership is not paying close enough attention to these days. So I want to get a little bit into that. I know you don't have a crystal ball of where you can see this going in the near future, but let's talk a little bit about Gold Mountain. The last time we spoke was, I think we were around 6 months ago or so. And you were talking about a soon-to-be operational mine that you had acquired. I think it was around $18 per ounce of gold. How's that been going since last time we spoke?
Yeah, things have been going great. So we received our permit to get into mining. We've been in construction. We started just when I was speaking with you, and we're putting the finishing touches on that. So we're really excited to get into full-scale production and start shipping ore to New Afton. And then we'll be in cash flow. So, I mean, we went public on December 31st, and to already be in cash flow with inside of a year, it's a huge accomplishment for our company. We're really excited with where gold prices are. When we bought the project, gold was at around 1,200. Obviously, people aren't happy with gold at 18, but with our all-in sustaining cost of $554 an ounce, there's excellent margins here, and we're really excited about what 2022 is going to have in store.
Yeah, me too. I'm incredibly bullish for 2022, and this is why I like to pay attention to guys like you. Right now, how difficult is it to find gold deposits these days? I mean, I would imagine it's becoming increasingly difficult. But for somebody who's delved deep into this, what's that been like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're pretty picky. We don't want these monster projects that require 8 years of construction and $1 billion of capex. So we go after the sites that the traditional mining industry kind of looks at as not worthwhile, but we can get them into cash flow immediately. We can use that cash flow to expand non-dilutively, and then that way our shareholders who supported us in the beginning aren't constantly being diluted like some of these other exploration plays that take a lot longer to unfold. So for us, I mean, we've been extremely choosy. We're looking at different assets right now, but obviously with gold increasing in price since we acquired the last one, the market is definitely tightening up for sure. And these assets are becoming harder and harder to find. So we feel very fortunate for what we have.
And who are some of the key people involved right now? Because I've interviewed before Quentin Henney, I believe. He is, he's from Newfound Gold, which is up something like 600% in the last 10 months. Who else like him is involved with Gold Mountain?
Yeah, so Quentin actually tried to buy this project like 7 years ago. So when he found out we had it, he was super excited and wanted to get involved. He led that financing that we did back in February. We've got Tukey Angus, who's a bit of a mining legend here in Vancouver. He's been a part of 6 or 7 multi-billion-dollar exits on deals. So good to have him around. We've got a couple mining engineers on our team, Ron Wu, our president, Grant Carlson. Both those guys have permitted, built, and operated mines in BC. So we've got a really strong team surrounding this deal. And, we've had a great first year, and we're really looking forward to continue expanding on that in 2022 as we go into cash flow and potentially start looking at some new assets to pair up with the elk so we can continue growing our production profile.
So do you currently have any debt at all? And are there any kind of definite milestones you want to achieve in 2022?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're driving really hard to get production going right now. We'll start an environmental assessment process in the beginning of next year. That'll allow us to scale up production in year 4 of our mine plan. We've got a bulk sample that we're trying to get approved so we can go underground and start on the underground development portion of the project. We've got a really aggressive drill program that we're going to be doing in 2022 and potentially looking to uplist on one of the US major indices. Our year ends January 30th. So we can show cash flow and revenue. That'll check one of the important boxes to get up on one of the big boards. We just recently uplisted to the TSX, so that's pretty exciting for a new company. And yeah, just continue carrying this momentum. I'd really like to see some M&A activity as well, and just show the market that we're not the typical Vancouver mining company. We're looking to build something larger here and keep expanding our production footprint.
And do you think, we started this off by talking about the problems with inflation, and do you think we could be heading into a potential time of hyperinflation and a kind of that moment where it's like crunch time, time to really start moving assets into more safe havens?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm of the opinion that we've sort of been there. If you look at real estate prices, if you look at these equity prices you're seeing right now, clearly the money is just trying to get out of dollars and get into hard assets, so that they can protect themselves from what's coming. We're definitely of the opinion. I've been positioning pretty big here. I'm the largest check writer and the largest shareholder of this company. And I'm very nervous about inflation. We're seeing it in our construction. We're seeing it in our fuel costs. It's something that you can't really hide right now. I'm sure you and your viewers, when you go to the grocery store, you're kind of scratching your head wondering what the heck happened with pricing on stuff. And with everything that's going on in the world, and I really don't see the ability to cut interest or raise interest rates, or cut back on this loose monetary policy. I think if they want to keep this bubble going, they're definitely going to have to continue printing, continue force feeding money into the equity markets. And, in times of inflation, you got to batten down the hatches, make sure your portfolio's rebalanced and prepared for it, get into hard assets, and yeah, just hope for the best.
Yeah, very well said. I think I can see our purchasing power with the dollar diminishing more and more over time as we continue to move into more uncertainty. I mean, we don't know what's happening in Q1 of 2022. We don't know what's going on with this coronavirus, with the Biden administration, potential wars in the Middle East. Who knows what kind of calamities may be coming down the pike, but that's all the more reason to stock up now. And it does feel like this is one of those good buying opportunities. So where would you say is the best place for people to go online if they're interested in, learning more from you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. We're really active on Twitter. So you can find us at Gold Mountain Mining on Twitter. Our Instagram is extremely active as well with site updates. So you can find us at Gold Mountain Mining on Instagram. And then, as you mentioned earlier, our website, gold-mountain.ca, we really make sure we are constantly updating that. And then our ticker symbol is GMTN, if any of your viewers are interested in participating. And in the US, it's GMTNF.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would encourage people to check that out. I'm going to have links to all of that in the description below. Guys, be sure you check that out. I do my due diligence into these, companies before I talk to them, and you need to do the same. You can do that by checking the links in the description below. Once again, Kevin, thanks so much for joining us here today to help us just understand the whole ebb and flow of these markets.
Great to chat with you again. Thanks for having us back.
We all want truth. The truth will set you free.